San Diego is home to more than 3 million people, and with mental illnesses in 1 out of every 4 people worldwide, local resources play an important part in social prosperity. The meeting place Clubhouse aims to help those with diagnosed mental illnesses get back into the workforce and provides a community where members can grow and learn.
It's called Clubhouse International, and we are San Diego's only accredited clubhouse that provides social and vocational rehabilitation. We operate on the belief that work is empowering, and so we operate a work order day. So our members, we don't call them clients or patients, they come and they're members of our clubhouse, and they help run the clubhouse. And in that process, we hope and we know that they regain self-esteem and confidence and the ability to operate in the larger world. They just have to be 18 years of age or older, have a verifiable severe or persistent mental illness, and have a willingness, a desire to be here.
Members can stay as long as they wish and can even get a job to help others in a similar situation.
I have bipolar disorder, and part of my job is to share my experiences with the members here to help them through the things that they go through with their diagnosis. We know that 1 in 4 people has a mental illness. So the chances are you know someone who has a mental illness. You might not know what they have, and they may have never told you, but there's a good chance that you or someone in your family has a mental illness or has had a diagnosis. And I think that the best thing that we can do is those of us who are doing well need to be more public and more open about our success, because it doesn't sell newspapers to be successful with a mental illness, okay? We compete with that by constantly showing the positive aspects of what we do. You know, there are stories of people in the clubhouse who've overcome insurmountable odds and challenges in their lives and are now living really healthy, happy lives. That's what we need to see more of, because we need a counterbalance to the constant negativity. Because your mental illness affects your behavior, it's hard for people to understand. I mean, for instance, if I broke my leg, you can see that I broke my leg. It's obvious that my leg is broken. My leg is in a cast and I can't walk and I'm using crutches. But if I have a mental illness, it's not obvious to you in any other way other than my behavior. And unfortunately, sometimes our behaviors when we are having symptoms are a little bit scary. They're a little bit confusing. They're hard to understand. But for the most part, the people who have a mental illness are more likely to be victimized by someone than to perpetrate an act of violence against someone else. It really boils down to a real change in the culture, and part of that starts with places like the Meeting Place Clubhouse and our program where we help people go back to work, because going back to work is a victory for someone with a mental illness, because oftentimes these are people who have been told, you can't. You'll never be able to do this. You're never going to be able to work on your own. You won't be able to live on your own. You'll never have what other people have. And instead of focusing on that, places like this focus on what people can do. And that's what I think is important.
Mental illnesses are difficult to understand, and the social stigma around them is heavy. But thankfully, through education, cooperation, and places like the Meeting Place Clubhouse, the fight goes on. Reporting for the Plot Armor, Juan Mejia.